If you're in a position right now where you may be constantly stressed about what the future has in store, there's one thing that I want you to understand, that if you're overthinking, then you're underdoing. If you have any form of doubt in your mind, if you have any form of anxiety or any type of worry for what's to come, then you just need to lock in more. Preparation beats hard work when hard work fails. The more that you prepare, the more that you put yourself in a position to be able to react the way that you need to react in those difficult moments, then that's what's going to lead to you getting the result that you want. And one thing that took me a while to learn in my life is that we have to stop selling ourselves short with unrealistic dreams if we are not willing to put in the work to get there. You may have 100% potential to make something happen in your life, but if you are not willing to work and add on top of that potential that you already have, then odds of it coming true or odds of it coming and playing into your reality is slim to none. Nothing in this life is just going to be handed to you for the majority of us. Do not trick yourself into believing that this is just God's way of saying that something's not meant for you. And I used to do this so much when I was younger, not necessarily putting in the work that I needed to, and just assuming that God didn't have this in store for me. But how can God do his part if you can't even do yours? The way that I like to look at it, it's more of a partnership than anything. The lifestyle that we live, the things that we want, the things that we're out here seeking in this world, you have to do your part as well. And that's where the sense of accountability comes in, because once you're somebody that holds yourself accountable, you will not look anywhere else but inside to find the solutions to your problems, because you know that your life is a direct representation of the decisions that you've been making, whether they're good or wrong. Whether you're in a position right now where you're living the life that you want to be living, or you're striving to get somewhere. We all have somewhere that we want to be. It does not matter. But when you wake up and you make a conscious decision whether you want to be productive or you want to slack off, that is totally up to you, but your life is going to be a direct representation of the work that you put in. And just to clear this up, I know that hard work is one of the necessities in order to prosper in life based on my personal experience, but networking is probably one thing that I feel like is, I don't want to say it's above hard work, but if you can learn how to network, if you can learn how to put yourself out there and present yourself in a way that's professional, that attracts those type of like-minded individuals that you need in your life, then you can skip a lot of steps. I've seen so many people go from 1 to 10 just simply by knowing how to communicate, not even necessarily putting in the work, but just knowing how to present yourself in a way that attracts those like-minded individuals. So if you're going into a field where you can potentially branch out and you can go and meet people, this may be the gateway for you opening up those doors for your life. But either way it goes, at some point during your journey, in order to fully maximize your potential, you are going to need to prepare. If you're overthinking, if you're worried, if you're stressed about where you are at in life right now, it is only because you are lacking something. You are not doing something. A person that's 100% confident in their ability to make something happen in their life is not going to be stressed. They're not going to sit and waste time overthinking, because they know that this is just going to pull them away from where they're going. This is going to pull them away and take their attention away from things that it actually needs to be on. So why sit and waste time doing that when they can focus on being productive? Just think about the times where you may have been in high school. Use one scenario where you may have studied for a test. You may have done flashcards and did everything possible in order to get the best score that you could possibly get. When that test came, you were not worried. You were not stressed out, because you simply understood that you prepared. Therefore, you had all the tools that you needed in order to pass. Versus when you don't study or you don't prepare, you go into that test room stressed out, you got anxiety, you don't even want to be there. You may try to skip the class, and it's because you know what you lack. You know that you did not do what you should have done in order to get the best result possible. And therefore, it's causing you to be stressed. It's causing you to have all this anxiety that you may have. So to avoid all of that happening in our everyday lives, we really just have to prepare. We really just have to put ourselves in a position to do the uncomfortable things that we may not want to do. And it all starts with believing in yourself. And this is crazy that this is something that I have to speak on, because, growing up, I didn't necessarily understand how certain people just didn't believe in their ability to go make things happen. But some people are raised in households where they're constantly bashed and they're constantly ridiculed on their potential. So it makes them grow up with this form of insecurity, not necessarily believing in the things that they can go, that they can do. So therefore, I can't blame anybody for being raised that way. But one thing I will say, regardless of how you were raised, at some point in your life, you have to stop playing victim and hold yourself accountable and understand that in order to make it anywhere, you have to have some sort of faith. You have to believe in something in order for you to get somewhere. If you do not believe that you're capable of doing something, then it is going to be very hard for that to come into play. On top of that form of believing, you really just can't give up. Giving up should never even cross your mind. There's been so many times where I've done dozens of things in my life, but if I was truly passionate about it, if it's something that I genuinely wanted, I knew deep down that giving up was not an option. You can take a little break to get your mind right. You can do things that really help you relieve stress, but as far as giving up and completely cutting something off, that should never be an option for things that you're passionate about, because what's going to happen is years and years down the line, you're going to look back and reflect on the potential that you once had, and you're going to think, man, I should have kept going. I seen somebody else do exactly what I could have been doing right now, and they're making millions of dollars, and I had the potential, but I just gave up, or I didn't allow myself to overcome certain obstacles and see it through. And this form of overthinking is one of those things that can really kill dreams before they even start. If you allow yourself to get so in your head, if you're somebody that's an overthinker, you can trick yourself out of even starting something. Just think about how crazy that sounds. I once had a friend that was super good at playing basketball, but he was a huge overthinker. And he used to always tell himself, what if this? What if I fail? Always being scared on how others are going to view him. And these things eventually clouded his judgment, and he was never able to fully prosper. He was never able to fully grow because he was so focused and worried about what everyone else had to say about him, just overthinking. But the more that you prepare, the more that you allow yourself to be put in those uncomfortable positions, the easier it's going to be to overcome them when they finally do play out in your life. They're going to happen to all of us. It's just going to happen. Before I go into any scenario or do anything in my life, I think about the worst possible things that could happen. I think about the worst days. I think about how it's going to look on the good days. I think about how it's going to be in the middle, so that I can have a general idea of how to react on those days whenever they do come. Do not go into life blindsided. Do not go into your dreams or chasing this form of success without the general idea of what if, or what could possibly happen, or what may not happen. You can't prevent everything, but you can prepare to the best of your knowledge. And when you've done research and you have experience on certain things or certain topics, it makes it a lot easier for you to overcome them, just based on that general knowledge that you may have gathered just by doing your research. But during your journey, and this is probably one of the most important ones that you need, you just need a sense of patience, because I promise you, this is not going to probably go your way the first time. Whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're trying to build a business, whether you're trying to make $1 million, a lot of the times we're going to hit road bumps in the road, and these road bumps are going to knock you off course, sometimes so far off course that you don't even want to start again. But that's where you have to be resilient. That's where you got to have a game plan. That's why you got to be doing it for something or someone that's bigger than you. When it comes to my life and my dreams and my goals, I always make it bigger than me, because if it's bigger than yourself, then you will not quit. The life that I'm building and I'm working on isn't just for me. It's for my mom. It's for my nephews. It's for my sisters. Therefore, if I quit, I'm not only quitting on myself, I'm quitting on them. And I'm not going to quit on the people that I love. And you should have the same type of mentality, just making it bigger than you. We're all human beings at the end of the day, and life is going to get hard. We're going to have road bumps. We're going to run into times where we may not want to do something. But you're not going to quit on the people that you love. Period, point blank. And that's exactly why you need this form of patience. And this is something that so many people lack, just not giving it time. It's been a year since I started my YouTube channel, y'all. Just roughly a year, I think 12 months. Just think about that. Every single day, pretty much, for the last 365 days of this year, I've been posting a video every single day, just working. I'm not monetized. I don't make money. I ain't blew up. I haven't done pretty much anything yet. I made a little bit of progress, but the reason why I'm saying that is because so many people put in this position would have probably quit, would have probably folded under pressure because they're not getting the results that they wanted, or they're not making money, or it's not necessarily benefiting them. And you have to be the one that's able to see it through. When you have a vision, you have to be able to see it through, even if it's years and years and years down the road, because you never know when that door can open. It doesn't matter at what time, but if I decided to quit today, all of the work that I put in, and think about this in terms of your dreams, all of the work that you've put in up until this point will be a complete waste. Don't allow yourself to sit and ponder on the what if. If you're overthinking, in the simplest terms, you are not doing enough. You need to get up and you need to do more, whatever that may be. You need to work harder. You need to make some more sacrifices. You need to move out of your environment. You need to do something because you are not overthinking for a reason. That's why I feel like it's very important that we pay close attention to our body and how we're reacting to certain things and how we're feeling, because a lot of the times these are just warning signals. When you're going to do something that you're confident in, you're not sitting there worried or stressed out because you know that you're ready to go. And it should be the same when it comes to your dreams and what you decide to do with your life, because the preparation speaks for itself. The time and the integrity that you had working behind closed doors and doing everything that you should have been doing, that is going to speak for itself. Your work is going to speak for itself. Therefore, it shouldn't be a single ounce of anxiety on your mind, because you know that you're going to succeed. And this is exactly how you have to come at life. But if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much. It's your boy Blue Jay Tay. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.